Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Grashow, a licensed psychologist with drgrashow.com. Please remember that advice from this video is not intended to replace actual psychotherapy. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to teach children who have been diagnosed with ADHD. I want to focus on four things. There are many things to focus on, but I want to focus on four things that I think are really important. The first is making sure that you give a child with ADHD in the classroom positive feedback and attention. The second is making sure that you provide organization and structure in your classroom. The third element has to do with teaching the child with ADHD how to do something we call self-monitoring. And the fourth has to do with making sure you grab attention during a lesson. So let me elaborate a little bit. The first thing that I had said had to do with positive attention. Children with ADHD can have a lot of disruptive behaviors, and they're doing things in the classroom basically that the teachers don't want them to do, such as not paying attention, maybe moving around, impulsively shouting out answers. So they can be subject to a lot of negative feedback from the environment, from their peers, from adults, and it really can affect their self-esteem and their motivation to do well in class. So it's so important when you're teaching a child with ADHD to give them positive feedback for any behaviors that you like. Any on-task behaviors, any time that they're sitting in their seat, things that you might take for granted with other kids. It's really important to give them positive feedback. That was the first thing that I think is very important. The second thing has to do with providing organization and structure. And I think most teachers really do an excellent job of this anyway, but it's got to be pronounced with children who have ADHD so that they become conditioned to a certain schedule, a certain way of organizing things in their backpacks, and a certain way that lessons unfold. If the lesson has a structure to it, that can help a lot too. And the final two elements have to do with self-monitoring and grabbing attention. When we self-monitor, we talk to ourselves and ask ourselves, hey, am I doing what I need to do? Am I doing a good job? And when we grab attention as teachers, we want to make sure that the child with ADHD is really listening. You can use a tactic like lowering your voice right before you make a point or having the child repeat back to you what you said.